Hello and welcome to round one with Grixis Delver. This looks like a not amazing keep, but at least reasonable. There is some awkwardness to what's going on here, but we're on the draw and we can kind of figure out our lands. The awkwardness is that we have Darkslick Shores, Sulphur Falls, and Lightning Bolt with the Polluted Delta, so there's a chance we take a little extra damage because of our sequencing, but I'm fine with that. Our opponent's mulliganing, so like I said, we'll see how it goes. Ugh. That's not very good for our lightning bolts. Oh, they're a Bedlam Reveler deck. Okay, that's a little more exciting. Um, hmm. So I think I want to play Polluted Delta, fetch a black-red at some point, and I'm debating if I want to fire off this. I think I want to lead on Probe and just see what happens. Okay. Oh, they might be some variant of the Pyromancer Ascension deck. So we got Visions, Mana Morph, Bolt, and Tarn. Okay. Let's play the Mire here. We're going to get the black-red tapped here. I think I just played Darkslick Shores and passed the turn. Just get that on the battlefield untapped. Throw a bolt at my opponent's face and then play Tassiger next turn. Interesting. Because I don't have to throw the bolt at my opponent's face here. Because I can just fetch next turn. I like that better. Save my bolts to like double bolt down a Reveler. Save my cards in graveyard as well. Yeah, I didn't really want to save any of those. None of those are that exciting with that. Tasker gets double bolted. That's fine by me. So our opponent kept two cards on top, so they probably kept Serum Visions and drew it. And drew the card, and they bought them both there. That's a reasonable draw. I'm going to let my opponent chump block if they want. Which doesn't look like they do. I guess I don't really have to do anything because my opponent is actually just dead to the cards on my hand. Just kind of let them combo off with Thing in the Ice if they want. So I can just bolt them, snap bolts, untap bolt again, attack. Yep, that's fine. Okay, now they're just dead. There's been a lot of this blue-red Thing in the Ice stuff being tried out lately. I'm not really sure what the draw to it right now is, but yeah. Let's just, yeah, I can wait. That's fine. I don't want to run into like Metamorphose into something weird here, so I'll just play it a little safe. This forces action, and then I just bolt my opponent in response. Joke's on you, I now get to return my Snapcaster Mage to my hand. Great. Okay, so let's see. Our opponent has Bedlam Reveler and Thing in the Ice. So Lightning Bolt doesn't seem like it's at its greatest here, but it's still a card. Electrolyze is quite bad, actually. Probably want to fight on the Dispel axis. Don't really like E because it doesn't kill Bedlam Reveler, just kills Thing in the Ice. I guess my opponent could have Ascension, but I think I'll fight that differently. I don't want to cut Spell Snare. That card seems amazing here. I don't want to cut Probe. I guess I could cut a Probe. Brutality seems really good still. Just like the discard spell effect, it's really nice. Arrows, Terminate, Mana Leaks, Murderous Cut. These are the cards I'm questioning. I want Dispel. I don't think I want Spell Pierce, Surgical, Vandal Blast. I want Counter Squall and a Painful Truce, I think. Let's try this swap. Keep in the bolts and get aggressive because I need a way to close in the long game against recurring thing activations, just like burn my opponent out. This seems fine. Cutting the probe just to like keep my life total a little more manageable. This is fine. I want to just main phase Thought Scour myself. And take the damage to do so. So there's no need to main phase. I should just do this and pretend that I have a Spell Snare. Do I have a reason to take an action here? I guess these can team up to take care of a 4 toughness creature. I know my opponent kept a card. I guess I could just fetch. Does it have to be a blue-red untapped? It could just be a basic island and then I tap it to Visions. But Visions Thought Scour here, the sequencing's kind of off. I want to use the mana. So I think I'm supposed to fetch a mountain and cast Collective Brutality. Just the one mode. I guess I could have been a little more conservative and just like played. Yeah, should have figured that was coming. Okay, race mode it is. Fetch basic island here. Choose those two modes, target my opponent, play black, red. I think I discard the Thought Scour. It's the most dirtily card in my hand. There's 2 bolts, so I can't really get around that. Probably just take the Morphos then. My opponent's going to have an active Ascension. I can't really stop that, so I think I just want to Serum Visions to try and get aggressive here. So I have Bolt, that's really good. Probe, Snap. I don't think I want the Probe. I think I want the Snap. Let's think about this. Just like, how can I get my opponent to 0 life here? Well, that's away. Yep. Active Ascension, they get to draw 2. I think I just pass. I don't think I need to bolt yet. I guess I could also snap Scour. Fight with Dispel over stuff. Still bolting in this turn cycle. Rather just keep the snap around and have the fight ready to go. Okay, that's fine. My opponent doesn't have anything that's clearly lethal here. Well, those are both getting countered. Oh, that was wrong. I should have countered the original first. Now my opponent can remand their own Lightning Helix. That's blank. This is a Manamorphose. I'm in big trouble. Oh, yeah, this is bad. I think I fire off this bolt now so it can't get countered, but I don't think it matters a ton. Pretty dead this game. Yeah, whenever you copy Manamorphose, the game gets very bad very fast. Yeah, we're just going to get Fate comboed out right here. Okay. Yeah, that's really, really bad. Yeah, they only have 10 mana and a million cards in hand. What's the worst that could happen? And 2 active Ascensions. They draw their deck? Yeah. It's... Definitely siding in. I don't know if I want Spell Pierce or not. That's a good question. I generally hate that card in these matchups, but just like trying to Spell Pierce the Pyro Ascension's just Always sketchy. I guess I could just aggro go for whatever they cast on the first turn if I draw it. So I probably do want it. I really have no idea how I'm not dead yet. Well, my opponent running out of blue mana is a good sign, but I don't know why. I don't know why this went this way. My opponent might just be maximum showboating. I'm just meanwhile getting as much info about how they sideboarded it as possible. These combo decks are just a pain to execute on Magic Online. I remember back in the early days of Modern, my Storm opponents would often time out. Really? I survived that turn? I'm just completely and utterly befuddled. I'm assuming my opponent draws the rest of their deck right here, and then I lose the game, but... There's still always a chance. They could have boarded down to 3 bolts, 2 helixes, and just not have a way to kill me. Okay. I'm dead. This is good. I don't like this card. Where did that Painful Truths I have in here go? That card's definitely not making the cut. Don't really like Surgical. This card's good. Might have too many Terminates. I'm going to cut the Murderous Cut. I think that I need the Delve to handle, or to deal with my creatures entering the battlefield fast, and I can terminate stuff later. Yeah. I can probably be a little more aggressive with my life total than I was game 1 and 2, so that's not a keep. This is a keep. I think scrying this to the bottom gives me the most possible value off of Delver. I guess that's not true. I can see the most cards on my second turn. So, well, no. If I scry it to bottom, I'm seeing an extra card by scrying it to bottom, where if I leave it on top, I'm in the same spot. Let me just think this through. So if I leave this on top, I probe to draw it, 52 unseen cards in deck, fetch, play Delver, 51. I mean, it's 52 effectively because I'm taking the land randomly, whatever. Then upkeep, Delver, flip. I get to see the top card, and then I can scour it away, draw a card, draw a card. So I basically get 2 cards deep in my deck beyond this, looking for another land. Whereas if I scry it away, I can probe, get 1 card deep, Delver, get a card deep. It's the same either way, but the dream scenario where I don't keep Thought Scour, there's more chances that I get to have a second land on tap for Mana Leak. So I want to put this on the bottom. And then I'm going to lead on probe, because if I draw visions in the right spot, I actually want to cast that instead. So I've got probe, morph, path, ascend, thing, tarn, and a white-red. Okay. Not quite the card I wanted. Okay, so I want to fetch blue-red, I think. Red the land I want, or black? Would I rather a basic swamp or basic mountain? I want to get blue-red so that if I get path, I can get swamp and still cast Counter Squall. Okay. Land. No. However, that was kind of perfect, and we'll take our chip shot. And we'll see what our opponent forces us to do. We might be able to set up the Delver Scry with the land. I have all of the above, buddy. You know, 5 of your cards. I need this to line up with the thing in the ice. I need this to line up with something else. I need this to line up with a later ascension. Ooh, free scry. Yes, I would like to reveal a spell snare. Well, it's going to get path anyway, so I think I have to go a little reactive here and just let that happen. Like, my hand is pretty well set up to stop my opponent's threats, so I just need to not allow them to sneak one through, especially Ascension. Kind of want to use a mana leak on that, but I guess I can use it on whatever they follow up with, even if it's a cantrip, right? Yeah, that's getting mana leaked immediately. Mana leak's the best one to use here. I'm going to get a Watery Grave. Mana leak is going to get dead later, so it just needs to get out of my hand right now. I think my opponent may have wanted to save up for a single big later turn. It's hard to say. I guess I should have snap probed there, actually. I was debating holding snap for value, but that's fine to terminate. This will get a... Yeah, let's just complete the trio so I have the most flexible mana possible. Interesting. Spells in opponent's graveyard 3. Not super safe from a Bedlam Reveler, but my cards don't really answer Bedlam Reveler anyways. So I kind of just want to snap probe. I think 9 life's kind of safe. So we've got, 9 life's not as safe as I wanted it to be. So we've got Path, Bolt, Helix, Ascend, Thing. Okay, so I need to line up this spell snare with that ascension, and that's a pretty good draw. Yeah, I'm going to snare that, so I can snap snare the pyro on the way back. I'm going to have to use one of my answers somehow. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care about that. That's tapped, and I have no need to make any action here. I have to let that resolve because I need mana up to counter the Ascend. And I will cast Thought Scour. That's a very good draw. That's another very important draw, I think. Not absurdly important, I guess. So I need to leave... Oh, there's a Dispel in my graveyard too? That's sweet. Because it doesn't... I mean, I should just do that. I think I just want to stick this Tassiger. Oh, I ate a Lightning Bolt out of my opponent's hand. That's really nice. I didn't think about that. This is probably just going to get eaten, but I'm okay with that, I think. Lightning Helix me. Okay, that's perfectly fine by me. You did cast a Lightning Bolt already, right? So I know my opponent has Path and Ascendancy. I think those are the only cards I need. I know about. Path that. I think I just have to be okay with that here. I don't have a counter for that in my graveyard. I think I want to counter squall that. My opponent's choked on mana here, and I want to force the play of Ascendancy to actually get a clock going. Get this duel out of my deck. That's a good one. That's a nice one. Delta. I took out those, so I don't need that. I do want to pay the 1. Sweet. We have a clock. I know my opponent's hand is Pyromancer Ascension and an unknown card. Yeah, there's no chance that card is resolving. Oh, is this a Helix me? Oh, sure, whatever. This is the hope and prayer. Got it. We will counter squall that. Our opponent's dead in 2 now. Ooh, that was a good draw. Fortunately, Thing in the Ice. pretty far away. Our opponent's not at 20 cards in graveyard yet. It does keep them alive for a little bit. Yeah. Great draw on our part. We just need to leave up 2 mana so that when our opponent flips it, we can recast our snap. Don't really want to draw that. Do I actually want EE here? Yeah, probably. That card just seems great. Yeah, I guess there's no reason to hold back. I guess I should have attacked before doing this. No, because that... I could have drawn like a Terminate off it. It's... Whether my opponent blocks or not, or how they block, actually just really changes my scries in that spot. I don't think they're going to chump block, though. They just took. That's quite good for me. Okay, well, glad I kept that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's... I guess it's impossible to mess it up with that. Nuke that, put our opponent to 1. And... No! That's so unfortunate. It's not like I would have held the EE and gotten anything better out of it there, but that's very unfortunate. Oh, that's very fortunate. I want to keep Serum Visions. I want to keep... Well, keeping Snapcasters the same as... my opponent's never going to give me Snapcaster Mage. I want to leave my opponent with the least choices. I think Serum Vision is the best card for me to keep in graveyard here. And then I immediately activate Tasigur, because if I get back Serum Visions, I want to cast it right away. Well, my opponent's probably giving me Pyro. Guess they could give me Snap or Serum Visions and hope I just don't hit anything relevant, but not the best choice there. Okay. Well, I can't fetch a red source. I don't even know what sequence I want these cards in. Let's think this through. So my opponent draws a 2-drop, they die. If they draw Bedlam Reveler, what sequence do I want these in? Probably the Delver Secret's first sequence. I think Bedlam Reveler is the only card in my opponent's deck that saves them here. Sweet. That worked out pretty well for us. I think we had some of the sequencing with... I got to think through those Snapcaster lines a little more. I think we were pretty good on like sequencing those to get maximum value in the mid game, but could probably think a little more in like the turn 5 range as to what's going to happen.